Hey everybody, it is Halloween, and you know what that means? That means it is the end of 31 and 31, and oh my fucking god, I can't believe that I made it. So this is the last review for the month, and if you guys have been watching, been having fun with these totally 80s horror movies, and what a better movie to end it on than Pumpkinhead. That's right, Pumpkinhead, which you probably already saw from the fucking title of this thing. Not like I'm surprising anybody or anything like that, but this is a good creature flick. That's really about it. Pumpkinhead is an interesting creature. The design is really cool. I really enjoy the lore behind it. It's just, it's so well done. I just wish the film was honestly a little bit better for it. It's got Lance Henriksen in it, which is pretty fantastic as it is, and he plays his role really well. But it truly is a B creature flick at its fucking core. So if you don't know the story of Pumpkinhead, Pumpkinhead is basically about a man who, when he's a child, witnesses Pumpkinhead, the creature, come and kill a guy. And then when he's all nice and old-like and Lance Henriksen type, out in the middle of the country somewhere, where all those city folk aren't going to be around. He owns a store, and he has a kid. He has a son. And the son, one day, when the city folk come around, he goes chasing his dog, and some of the city folk accidentally run over him in probably one of the most fucking hilarious scenes. I'm sorry, and I know it's terrible, but I laugh out loud every fucking time I see it, because that kid just fucking flies. Yeah, he gets killed, by being hit by a motorcycle, and in his need for vengeance or need for some type of resolution on those city folk, he goes and visits a witch that he heard about, and he knows the Pumpkinhead is real, to get vengeance. Well, first he tries to see if she can resurrect him, but that's outside of her power, right? So she can't really do that, but she says, I can provide you vengeance. Just go into the old pumpkin patch back there, dig up a body, and bring it back to me. And she mixes his blood along with his kid's blood, and Pumpkinhead is born. And then Pumpkinhead goes and gets revenge on those city folk teenagers. Now, what he doesn't realize with this whole situation that's going on is that it is connected directly to him. So he sees everything that Pumpkinhead does. And when he finally realizes this, basically he can't take it, and he goes and tries to help the kids survive and also stop Pumpkinhead at the same time. So the film, like I said, it is, some people call it a slasher. I don't know if I'd necessarily call it that. What it is missing is it's missing some good kills. It has maybe two, maybe. Definitely one. One is very good, and it's the one that deserves it the most, right? It's the actual guy that ran into the kid and actually killed the kid. And I like it just because, Henriksen comes out and shoots the Pumpkinhead, knocks it down, and then he shoots it in the head, and he's like, look, it's dead. And they're like, be careful. And then it comes back to life, and it totally kills him, and it's great. Impales him with the rifle that he had in his hands, and they shot him in the head with. So, like I said, that's probably your best kill in the whole movie. But honestly, it's a little slow. And once the killing starts, it just kind of goes through the whole rigmarole of, getting the kills and doing those things. So it's not that badly acted. I see a lot of people that are like, yeah, it's poorly acted and whatnot. It's not that bad, to be honest with you. A couple of the teens are kind of bad, but in general, I don't think it's as terrible as some people may lead you to believe. And like I said, Lance Henriksen actually does a really good job. The one that's kind of cheesy is the old lady, but, it's a witch. What do you expect? Come on. She's going to be bringing things back from the dead or bringing Pumpkinhead back from its thing. And it has, like I said, the lore is really interesting, you know, that it's a creature of vengeance, which they kind of go away from in the second film, you know, Pumpkinhead, I think it's My Bloody Wings. And I think they come back to this at the third one and some of the fourth one. Those are ones I really haven't seen, but those ones are more connected to this film than the second one is. So if you've never seen this movie, it's worth a watch. It definitely is worth a watch, and it definitely is very entertaining. And I know it's one of my cousin's favorite horror films and creatures out there. And the creature effects are so cool. Like, that's my favorite part of this movie. Pumpkinhead looks different than most of the creatures you see. You see a lot of him. The puppeteering work is fucking top notch. And the practical effect of him, it just is fantastic. So if you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch, but I definitely would give it 3 out of 5 Pumpkinheads. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching these little totally 80s 31 and 31 Nights of Horror reviews. They've been fun to do. It is a lot of work, even if it doesn't seem like it's a lot of work. It's mostly time consuming getting this stuff done, but I had a lot of fun watching all these movies. I cannot wait to spend my time watching more recent horror movies. If you haven't checked it out, check all the Ashtober reviews for the month of October. And we're going to do some Going to Hell movies, starting with Drag Me to Hell. And I'm going to look at a couple of different ones too. And there's one out of this mix that is probably going to knock your socks off. And you're going to be like, what? Why is he doing that? Because I need a couple of fun movies to do after this whole month of like 80s movies. I'm trying to say more recent than anything else. So thank you guys again, and we'll see you soon. Also, I'm going to say it here first, and then you can see it, or you'll hear it again on the next podcast. But there is going to be an announcement that's going to happen in December. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but it is a special announcement, and it's a little bit on the change of something for the podcast. Now, it's not going to be like a huge, giant fucking change, but it's going to be something I think that you guys are really going to enjoy, and something that is just going to be a little extra for you guys. So I hope that everybody's going to be excited when they finally do hear the announcement, and we'll talk more about it as it gets closer. So look out for that, you guys, and we shall see you next time on the Terrible Terror Podcast. Ciao.